GTA 6 leaked online. So we're just going to talk about that real briefly. We're not pulling up any footage. We're not pulling up any images, mainly because Take-Two is like DMCAing everyone's images and videos. I mean, it's out there already, though. Like, it's out there on the internet. It's been out there for hours. And we have some small updates on the situation, like how it unfolded and why it went the way it did and what the future of GTA 6 is going to look like because of this. So, number one, how did you guys find out about this? Because I got text messages and DMs from people saying that I need to check Twitter because...
I was all over Reddit. First thing I woke up, I saw Reddit. I was like, oh boy, GTA 6.
Yeah, same here. I did the obligatory, like, I ignore the first news of anything I see, where it's like, GTA 6 leaked. I'm like, whatever. And then I kept scrolling. I'm like, oh, this must be legit.
Yeah,
because
this was...
everyone is reposting the same thing.
Yeah, and it was absolutely undeniable at a certain point that GTA 6 had leaked. And I looked at the footage, and the first thing I said was, boy, that engine's on its last legs, isn't it? But I realized in that moment that, like, this is not a finished game. It's not even close to being finished.
Right.
And it was also confirmed that that is a build that they put in the old engine. So that Rockstar is developing a new engine for GTA 6 going forward.
You would think so. I mean, GTA 5 was in the last gen. Like, they got a whole new sandbox to play in now.
And also Red Dead Redemption 2 was in that same engine. Like, it's just an old engine. It's time to go. Like, it needs a
I imagine
new
they'll
engine.
unveil a new engine with this game.
They have
and it'll
to.
be
Well,
like the Unreal Engine 5 type deal where it's like, look how big and, you know,
Meaty.
procedurally generated this city is.
Well, yes. But the other thing that I guess we could say is kind of upsetting in all this is that, like, obviously this work wasn't ready to be seen, so it kind of takes a little bit of the luster away from, like, oh, when are they going to show GTA 6, or how many times are they going to port GTA 5 till GTA 6? And I think one of the most shocking things is that how accustomed, like, you know how, like, GTA 5 is just like a part of our life now, that when I'm looking at footage from GTA 6, I'm still in denial that this even exists. You know what I mean?
No.
That's fair.
What? Okay, Nick, please tell me.
I don't know what you mean.
Like, I can't believe, like, it's
Oh,
really
it's finally
getting
time?
made. You know what I mean? Like, and
Gotcha.
it's
It's like getting a Skyrim 2 now, or Elder Scrolls, whatever. Like, it's like
That would be nice.
getting a new one is
they
just
should
it's a
leak
strange feeling.
that shit, because I guarantee you Bethesda hasn't even started working on that.
I do miss the era where we would get like sequels, you know, pretty successively. Now it's just like, but you're going to be playing this one for the next decade, so
Yeah.
you better enjoy it.
I mean, GTA 5 is really like a case for like being the most successful long-term game ever. You know what I mean?
How many copies have you owned?
Okay, so I have it on PC and I think 360, and that's it. But I got it the day it came out for 360, beat single player the whole way through, and then I played the online mode for literal months afterwards. And then I've gone back on PC here and there. Like during the pandemic, I formed what was called the International Heist Squad, which is there's this app where you can just link up with other gamers and, you know, play games with them. And I found this one guy from Ireland and this other guy who he was French, but his dad was a diplomat. So he was living in Africa. So he was working on African broadband, and it wasn't awesome. Like, he always lagged.
Shocker.
But we got it done. We got that submarine.
He was on that Acon developed broadband.
Yeah. And then we did and then we switched over to 7 days, and I never looked back. But that was a good time in my life, going back to GTA 5 for a bit.
But so about this, the leak, I've been hearing a lot of discussion back and forth on, was this intentionally leaked, or was this kind of like a...
Well, there's more information around that now.
Okay, well, I want to hear about it.
Okay, so on the GTA forums, which is like some community thing, this guy has identified himself as the hacker. He also hacked Uber earlier in the week when they had a data breach.
That was less exciting.
Yeah, which is like not as cool. Also, like, Uber abuses people, so whatever. So there was that, and then this leak is apparently like he didn't just get like some images and some stills and like stuff like that. He got the source code too, and apparently he's saying he wants to release the source code as well. But if the source code is released, that is a big issue, That's like a rights issue.
I can't wait till China makes a knockoff GTA 6 before it comes out.
And that's what I'm saying is that like if the source code gets leaked and they can prove another game used their source code to create a game, Rockstar can just be filing cease and desist like for the next 20 years. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
So there's that. That's not really that great. The other thing was the hacker claims he didn't realize this would get so big. And it's just like, bro, you leaked GTA 6. What do you think you were going to get? A couple clicks? Like, this is one of the most anticipated games of all time. The sequel to literally the highest grossing piece of media that has ever existed on the planet.
To be fair, I just looked up because I was curious about this guy. This says that he's only 18 years old.
Oh,
nickname,
stupid.
His hacker name. I'm always hoping for like a really dope, dumb 90s style hacker name. His hacker name is Teapot 2022.
That was the only one left when he went to create it.
None of this surprises me, honestly. Like zero.
I don't understand this next generation of kids, man.
You know, and
they're really into tea, apparently.
And I guess the other thing that kind of I don't want to be like upsets me, but it's just a dumb kid. You know what I mean? And dumb in the sense of like this person doesn't have life experience and doesn't understand the consequences of what they just did. There have been some YouTubers and some journalists that have reached out to the Rockstar dev team as of this morning, and apparently all is not well over there because they don't know what they're going to do now because 90% of what they were working on was just shown to the fucking public. So they don't know like what leadership is going to do. This could potentially delay this game up to an additional like 2 to 3 years.
You really think so?
How far out do you think they were from release?
I would say they were a good 4 years out from putting this out for sure.
Oh, that hurts. Hurts my soul.
I know it does, but also at the same time, like they put out the remakes of the trilogy, and then they were gonna do a remake of Red Dead 1. And which was also going to come to PC, and they were going to do next gen versions of Red Dead 2, and I forget what the other project they were working on was, but they've canceled
Bully or something.
Yes, Bully 2. They canceled all of those though, and put all of their dev teams on GTA 6. It was out of pre-production, in active development. So it was ready. So like this was cooking in the oven. Like they were really working like heads down on this. You know what I mean? Like this was actively on the way.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as what we saw, I don't know if you guys watched. I tried to watch it like a little bit of breakdown videos, and what I saw was a lot of. You saw character models. Obviously, that seemed like the biggest thing. You had potentially like 2 lead female protagonists, or at least one. But also it was like animations of like being able to adjust the visor in your car and adjust the height of the steering wheel in your car, and there's a crawl animation. So it wasn't anything like huge from what I saw.
But it's the implication of what people can take
Always
from
the
that.
Implication.
It's what people can take from that and now use in their games, especially the source code. And the other thing is the modding community has already gone fucking crazy. There's already mods for the characters that were in those leaks to be put in GTA 5. You know what I mean? So all of that is spoiled. Like all of that's ruined.
This is hype, I think. This is hype for them.
Yeah.
I don't see
I'm
this
fine
as a
with
bad
it.
thing.
I'll wait another 5 or 6 years for a
thing,
game that's going to last 15 years, you know?
Yeah,
like,
and
anything like GTA 5.
The other thing that kind of is fucked up too is that like once again this was unfinished work presented in a way that they didn't want it presented. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure they had plans and they had a schedule and a roadmap and like you know, and they weren't even close. Like, you know, that might not even have been the final character model clothing and stuff like that. I'm just saying, like, they had a way to go about this, and all of that has just been squandered. You know,
I think they could still do it though. I mean, they can still. We don't know any of the context for any of this stuff, so I mean,
like I said, the biggest thing is the source code. That's like the real true issue. Like that's big thing. Everything else is kind of aesthetic.